Maybe that's why I like goats, though. It's like, man, the goat wasn't taking shit from anyone. Like, that
respected that goat.
Yeah.
I want to be like that goat.
Man, that reminded me, in San Antonio, there was like near the San Antonio Zoo, there was this like kiddie park, like kind of mini carnival area that had like little like cheap rides. I mean, for God's sake, it might still be there. If any San Antonio peeps in the chat can Google that real quick, or no, being from San Antonio. But so there were these little like carnival rides, and so you'd like go to like a little counter and you'd like buy tickets, and then you take the tickets and you'd like, you know, do the little rides there. Oh, this is for like little kids. So like little Ferris wheel, little like merry-go-round, all that kind of stuff. And I remember when I was a kid, I got 2 tickets to ride on this little like merry-go-round ride. And I gave it to a lady because there were like 2 entrances. I gave it to a lady, my 2 tickets, and this other lady came over like later as I was like sitting down in the little cart, and she worked there. She was like, you didn't give me 2 tickets. You didn't give me 2 tickets. And I was like, no. And I'm so little, I don't know how to like defend myself.
Right.
And I'm like, no, I gave it to the lady, like telling her I gave it to the lady. She's like, no, you didn't. So she like lifts me out of the cart and like tosses me over the fence. Yeah. Yeah. Again, this is like 1989 or something. This is like, you know, before there were laws.
The Cold War was still going on.
Ronald Reagan was president. No, like I was so, that was like the first time I remember very keenly tasting like the fury of injustice, of being like, I'm too little to solve this problem, and I'm so angry. I'm like so upset that I have been like, I definitely paid my 2 tickets. I'm not trying to pull one over on you. I'm just trying to ride this stupid little merry-go-round. But I remember being like, I was like crying because I couldn't do anything with this emotion. Like, what is this I'm feeling? This thing's not being right. Like this shouldn't be this.
Because then you start crying. You just look like a kid throwing a tantrum.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. I'm throwing a fit. Yeah. And I remember like having to like, my mom having to like calm me down, and then like explain again. You're just so little, like you're just like, I paid the ticket and she threw me off, but she didn't think I had just like, well, I'm sorry. Like a parent just being like, well, I'm sorry. Like you can't really convey like what the emotion is, but like much later came to grips with like, oh yeah, I just hated injustice. That's what I hated. That was my Batman origin story. That's what, like.
What would you say to that woman now, face to face?
Let me back on the ride. We're going to that. We're going to the kiddie park, and you are going to open the gate for me so I can walk in and absolutely destroy that ride. Like I would sit on it now as an adult and just collapse it.
In chat, I don't know how to say this. Mick X Valkyrie says the kiddie park was actually called Kiddie Park.
It was, yeah.
And it's not there anymore. It's a burger joint now. So your chance for justice is over.
That lady is working at that burger joint, and I'm going to try to buy a burger there one time, and like I'll go pick it up from the window. Hey, wait, you didn't pay for that burger. You didn't stand in line. No!
And she picks you up.
Put you back in your car.
through the like sunroof. Yeah. What is happening?
You grew up, but so did she. She's like 30 feet tall now. Like she hasn't stopped. She can pick you up easily like a child.
That's a Black Mirror. There we go. It's a very, very Twilight Zone turn of fortune.